everybody, Humble George here. Very strange video I'm about to make, but I'm going to try to bring you up to everything. This is Pastor Glenn Landis's house on Google Earth in Elba, Pennsylvania. Now, I just watched a YouTube video about why people do not whistle at night in Appalachia. And actually, it come to find out, people all over the world are warned from long ago not to whistle at night. I know, it sounds bizarre. All right, this is Pastor Glenn Landis's house. This is the road to get to Pastor Glenn Landis's house. See that little church right there? That was the church that the lady told me, as soon as I go by the church, make the right-hand turn. Now, 10 days before Mother's Day in 1973, me and Douglas Ramsey, who was, and still is, a Jehovah's Witness, and we were on vacation on my 350 three-cylinder Kawasaki. We came down like this, and we were looking for a place to stay. We didn't have hardly any money at all. And when I went past this road, let me see if I can get a little bigger now. I went past this road and came down like this, and I no sooner got down to about here than I had a very strong premonition. Let's call it that, because I didn't know Christ at the time. Very strong premonition that I went past where I should go. So I turned the motorcycle around, and I came up to the road, and I felt to take a left. So I took the left, came up around like this, and stick with me. Let's see, where is that house on the right? I don't see it right now. Hang on. I don't know where I am exactly. I don't remember this being the house. There was a house on the right. Now, I can't tell where I am. Bear with me. I got to see what is going on here. Where is the house? That might be it. Right there. See, there's a car. All right? I knew there was a house, because I came to this house right here, and I knocked on the door, but nobody answered, okay? That was the first house. It's so overgrown. There was another house, and I don't think it was this. What is this little thing? It looks like a camper of some type, but that wasn't it. Anyway, there was another house. All right, maybe it was this one here. There was another house here. And there was one big ass German Shepherd that was living at this house at the time. He didn't bother me on the way up. I went up this way. I was still trying to find a place that we could stay the night. We had nowhere to stay. When I came up to here, I had a feeling to stop at this house right here. This was originally Glenn Landis's house. Him and his wife and his family. Well, I no sooner got, I guess I parked the bike right about here, and I no sooner got about to there than I heard somebody call to me. Wait a minute. All right. I heard somebody call to me from the barn. That was Pastor Glenn Landis. Well, when we explained our situation, after prayer, him and his brother bowed their heads and prayed. It freaked me out. I thought they were gay. I didn't know anything about it. Douglas found that humorous because being a Jehovah's Witness, and I was a total heathen. Absolute wicked bastard. They let us stay here for the night. This is where I got born again. Okay? Now, Later on in life, Pastor Glenn Landis' brother built this home. Pastor Glenn Landis now lives here. He was the fellow who at the time was a layman who explained to me where the Bible, my full foundation, that's where my faith lies, in this book, not in this man. But that man, well, that was God who led me to himself through this situation, all right? And no, we're not going to go into it. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. So anyway, let's back out of here, all right? Now, I don't know if I can find this other place, but maybe. So the next day, I left here. He gave me $20 to go down to the store and to fetch food for the morning. Well, when I went down to the store, this German Shepherd came out and almost got my leg. I mean, it was as serious as it gets. Douglas had explained to me that there was going to be demonic activity because I had given myself to Jesus Christ, and that was going to be a problem with the devil. Well, yeah, I poo-pooed that. I thought it was a bunch of horse shit. When this dog came out, almost got me. I came down to the little store, wherever it is, somewhere down in here. Maybe a little farther than that. I don't know exactly, but there was a little store down here somewhere. And I bought the bread, and I said, God, if you're real, cause that dog not to go after me when I come back by. Now, I was sure that son of a bitch was going to come after me again, but that dog laid down, and he saw me go by, but he was pinned to the ground. I never forgot that. That was a very interesting thing, but I never forgot it. Okay, we had breakfast, and then on our way we went. Now, where the hell did we go after that? I would be hard-pressed to be able to tell you. But at some point, we ended up... Now, I'm just going to ad-lib this because I honestly don't know where we ended up. But somewhere... there was a farm. At the end of the day, somewhere there was a farm. Look, Wilbur Creek. That might be the creek. Well, anyway, somewhere there was a farm, and we took the 3-cylinder Kawasaki, went up through the meadow. Well, this is obviously not exactly it, but let's just go with this for the story because I don't know exactly where it was. I have no clue. This is obviously not the right place, but maybe similar. And we camped out, and the sky was as black as coal. It looked to be the worst storm you could possibly imagine when all you have is a motorcycle. We might have had a drop cloth, couple of sleeping bags. We didn't have much. But I stayed under a pine tree and made a little lean-to out of the pine boughs. Okay, I don't know where we were. I have no idea where we were. I honestly don't. At this stage of the game, I don't know. It's been so. That was 1973. And I was there once. Where we were, I do not have a clue. If Douglas was around, maybe he would remember. But in any event, that evening, let me just find something to give you to see, just for the shits and giggles. Actually, it looked a lot like this. Well, let's just say it was. Came across the open farmer's land and parked the motorcycle. And I prayed because it was getting so dark. It looked like it was going to be one hell of a hard I mean, we weren't too far from nightfall. And remember, it's 10 days before Mother's Day. So it is early in spring, very early in spring. We camped out under the pine tree, made a fire, and had like a can of beans or something. That's all we had. Laid down to go to bed. And the peculiar thing is, I fell almost immediately to sleep. I mean, we bullshitted and told stories and jokes for a little while, but immediately I fell asleep. And I didn't think it was a curious thing at the time, but looking back on it, I think it's a curious thing. Well, somewhere in the absolute pitch dark. Now, speaking of pitch dark, if suppose we were here, there's really, and this is many years later, so it may not have even been close to this built up, but it was pitch black, pitch black. I woke up some time after I had fallen asleep, no way of knowing now, in the pitch black, and I hear this most hideous scream like I have never heard in my life before or since, come from somewhere above us, perhaps 40 to 60 yards away, and blood-curdling scream. Freaked us both out. In short time, I started cussing at the thing that screamed, whatever it was. Short time later, whatever it was, snuck up on us, and I'm not horseshitting you. A pine log about this diameter and about that, I don't know where the camera is, but perhaps 2 to 3 feet long, was thrown across my lower back, shoulder, and just missed my head. Pinned me to the ground. I'm screaming like a bastard. Douglas pulls the thing off me, the pine log, and I set out to cussing this thing out with a blue streak. I didn't know anything about spiritual warfare back then, at all. I wasn't saved for 24, well, maybe 24 hours by that time. Whew. All right. Well, so what's this all about, humble? What's all this about, humble? Well, I'm going to put a link in this video of what I saw. This video about why you don't whistle in Appalachia. Well, I don't even know where Appalachia is, but we're going to look into it. So here's Ithaca, Elmira. We were somewhere down in this area in Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania's a big place. So I honestly don't know that much about it. But somewhere, these must be the Appalachian Mountains. Maybe, hey, look, it looks almost like they would actually be part of the whole shooting match. Wow. Geography is an amazing thing. But anyway, way up here is where I live, way up this way. So we were way down somewhere in here. I'll leave the link to the thing about whistling. Now, I learned to whistle when I was about 2 or 3 years old. My family was a family of whistlers. Never gave it a single thought. And I remember where I was the very first time I could get a sound that wasn't wind coming out of my mouth. I used to go, that was the best I could do. I couldn't whistle. I couldn't whistle at all. But I remember I was in the back seat of a Ford station wagon in about 1957 or 58 at the most. And I was so pleased that I was finally able to whistle, because my dad could whistle like a champ. He could whistle songs, just whatever he wanted to hear, he could whistle it. Okay. This may be the first time you've ever heard anything negative about whistling. Well, this is the damn sure the first time I ever heard about it. I didn't know there was anything to it whatsoever. But it seems to be a worldwide phenomenon, especially known by the Native Americans and also the people indigenous to Russia and other places, even China, as amazing as it is. I'll leave a link in this little short video. And Do you remember a couple days ago on my channel, I did a video and I was whistling for the Blue Jays and one of them started laughing. Remember the laughter? I never heard a Blue Jay laugh before and I didn't think anything of it until now. Oh, you think the shorts are funny looking, huh? Come on. But if you're using that aluminum screen, you want something? Get it on me, kid. Get something out of today anyway. Poor little guy. New screen on the screen door in the back. I finally pulled all that old crap I had on there off, and it was it wasn't a terrible job, but if you're using that aluminum screen, you want something? Come on, Fuzzy. Oh, you think the shorts are funny looking, huh? Isn't that a pisser? Isn't that a pisser? Who knows what is going on?